How much thrust do I need? If you are wondering how much thrust you need for your electric steer trolling motor, you are in the right place. Let's break it down so you can make an informed choice. First, a good rule of thumb is to have at least 2 pounds of thrust for every 100 pounds of your fully loaded boat weight. This means if your boat weighs 3,000 pounds when loaded with gear, passengers, and fuel, you will need a motor that provides at least 60 pounds of thrust. This amount ensures that your motor can effectively move your boat at slow speeds, which is essential for fishing and maneuvering. Thrust is a measure of the motor's pushing or pulling power, expressed in pounds. The more thrust you have, the more power your motor has to push against wind, current, or water resistance. If you often fish in areas with strong currents or heavy winds, you might want to consider a motor with more thrust than the minimum guideline. This helps maintain control and conserves battery life. Trolling motors come in different voltage configurations. The most common are 12-volt, 24-volt, and 36-volt systems. Generally, higher voltage motors provide more thrust. For example, a 12-volt motor usually offers up to 55 pounds of thrust. A 24-volt motor can range from over 55 to 90 pounds, while a 36-volt motor can deliver around 115 pounds of thrust. Keep in mind that higher voltage motors requiring more batteries, 1 412-volt, 2 424-volt, and 3 436-volt systems. Lithium batteries can sometimes provide higher voltage from a single unit, which can save space and weight. Having enough thrust is essential for fishing. It allows you to maintain your position quietly and precisely around your fishing spots. A motor with insufficient thrust may struggle to hold its position in wind or current, which can lead to losing your fishing spot or using too much battery power. Conversely, too much thrust can mean unnecessary weight and battery consumption. Finding the right balance based on your boat's size, fishing environment, and typical load is key. For smaller boats like kayaks or solo fishing boats, motors in the 30 to 50 pound thrust range may be sufficient, especially in calm waters. However, if you plan to tow another kayak or fish in rougher conditions, a motor with more thrust is advisable to handle the extra load and resistance. To summarize, calculate your boat's fully loaded weight and multiply it by 2 pounds of thrust per 100 pounds to get a baseline thrust requirement. Adjust upward if you often fish in windy or current-heavy waters, or if you need to tow or carry extra weight. Choose a motor voltage and battery setup that supports that thrust while considering space and weight constraints on your boat. This approach ensures you have the right power to fish effectively and quietly.